Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Disco Elysium on the PC. We are in the office of Mr. Everard Clare, who's a big old dude, loves his typewriter, and we've been talking to him, and he's basically been mentally kicking the shit out of us. It's a tough battle, is what it is. But we've only scratched the surface. There's room for us to rebound. And I just noticed that Kim here has a Pokeball on his jacket. That's pretty interesting. Nice little Pokeball. All right, let's get back into this conversation. Round 2.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you're already sat on that chair.
That might give us an advantage. Could you help me get a dead body down from a tree? You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smiles pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood. Could say nothing. You're a community leader. Help your community out. I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right, then clicks a button. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body and a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that. He hangs up and turns back to you. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but he smirks. You already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you. Let's talk about my lost gun. Yes, your lost gun. His face turns serious. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. He winks at you. It's just a matter of time and effort. The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Hold on, could he really hold my gun hostage? Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back, and working with him might be the only way to do it. Wait, the gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in? Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed, he makes air quotes, factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important, building our relationship for the good of Martinez. Did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting. I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. His tone is suddenly very serious. Kids could be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs could be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry. I assure you, we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well. Lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate if inevitable and doesn't put the RCM in a good light. Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. He claps his hands together. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition in our hands. I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to help you, like I'm helping you with the body and your lost gun. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand. You need to interview me. Say nothing. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, that sounds good, Lieutenant says with a slow nod. Let's do that. But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly, he slaps himself on the forehead. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors. Kim, is that true? Are we door-opening machines? I've opened a few doors in my life. And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. He chuckles. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it. Whose door is it? Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. Why don't you just open it yourself? Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. He slams his fist together. You look like you could run around me all day. Oh, you could look like you could run around all day. Yeah. You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you. I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. He turns back to you. So what will it be, Harry? What do you mean by a weasel? A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. He puts his glasses back on. Damn it, fine, I'll look into it. We need to talk about that murder. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level. He flicks his fingers. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. He smiles, obviously satisfied with how well he planned it all out. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. I met Joyce, the company representative. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. He adjusts a button on his sleeve. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. Just pals. We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. His smile widens. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends, and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree, and with finding your lost gun. I'm not a jealous guy. Oh, it's so nice of him. It's so nice of him, suspiciously nice. Are you sure? I find it a little odd. Just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't nice. Slams his fist into his hand. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me. What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont? What do you mean, Harry? Big man sounds annoyed. Nothing. I let him go. He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go? He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. He looks down and sighs. God knows how long he's got left. Called him a midget. Harry! He exclaims, indignant. I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. Abruptly, he smiles and changes his tone. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. The man frowns disapprovingly. When she got back, the whole thing was over. Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce. Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole. Harry, 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 flicks his fingers. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hair dryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was. This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distraction. If it's spilled blood you're looking, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now. Everett, Joyce seems to think the Union is lowballing her. Yes, lowballing. Of course. He's suddenly very serious. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types. Why won't you let her in to see you? If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator. He doesn't want to see her. It's simple as that. Okay. Of course, Harry, let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this, he makes an all-encompassing gesture, is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. He looks around. Tell her how overweight I am, and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind. It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It's nice telling him about her right now. What's in the container that's outside your office? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. There's something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalson crane. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch, he says with the fondest of smiles. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you. Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it. Alright. Well, shit. I don't know how much we really got out of that conversation. Other than a task. But I guess the guy is going to help us get the body down. That's pretty good. Maybe. Hopefully he doesn't tamper with any crime scenes. Do we try convincing this? Persuade the door to open. I have a +1 because I've been in the world for 2 days. It's an 8% chance. Impossible success. Amazing. Amazing. Because I rolled double 6s. Yeah! Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you. Hello, is there anybody in there? Door stands silent. Satisfied, detective? A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face. Try again. If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you. Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door. From deep within the container, a voice. Ahoy! Come on in! Smile disappears. You can't be serious. Oh my god, we did it! What the fuck? Mega rich light bending guy. The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. Feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention like soldiers preparing for a review. Squint. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, an echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard. In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter. Hello. Welcome. Come in, make yourself at home. Sorry I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today. You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It's very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him. Now, he claps his hands together. What can I do for you, gentlemen? What you can see of his body appears composed, in a sharp summer suit, and yacht shoes. Who are you? Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. There's genuine surprise in his voice. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodor, investor, license holder, an extremely high net worth individual. And you are? Mr. Diodor, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner. My name is Harry, and I'm a detective. I'm an alcoholic. I'm an alcoholic detective. No, we're cutting out the alcohol. I'm a detective. Pleasure to meet you, Harry, he says warmly. Public service is a noble cause. How did you become so rich? Oh, Lord, not this again. What's the matter, Kim? Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case. The man chuckles. It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grodd. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill to not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy. Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations to do that, but alright. What's it like being an extremely high net worth individual? Man exhales with a whistle. I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. It's great you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Sure, and they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to build and maintain a racing yacht? Hundreds? Dozens, at least. Of course, in the future it'll all be automated, but my point is this, he says, jabbing his finger into the air a bit. Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from him. And being a high net worth individual sounds great. It is, truly. It's almost entirely carefree, he nods. It really leaves you time to better yourself spiritually. Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about. There's something strange about you. What do you mean? His essence seems to signify actual surprise. Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little different. You talking about my chin? No, I mean, I can't even see you. It's as if something is happening to the light. Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weissman coefficient. The Weissman coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1 or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth among that group of individuals. It's been observed that when the Weissman coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual. So what is our coefficient? Weissman coefficient for you and this individual appears to be 0.9998 repeating. Holy shit. Also, what the fuck happened to my money counter? That's not good for you. Are you telling me you're so rich that light literally bends around your face? Among other things, but calm down. I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire. Really? No, not really. There are actually quite many digits. A man this chill is at least a triple-digit billionaire. Kim, are you seeing this weird stuff? I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well-dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd. Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you. My container. What are you doing in this container? Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly? In the very, very early days of colonizing this archipelago, the kingdom of Suren, a precursor of modern Sur-la-Clef, used to own the city of Revachol. An obscure detail in the bigger picture, but still, worth dropping. We're in Revachol, formerly a colony of the kingdom of Suren. Ah, fellow history buff. I myself am currently reading up on Franco-Nigerian era trains. Very interesting stuff. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money. Wait, why don't you help them? You got so much money it can't make a difference to you. There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that. So you travel from place to place via shipping container. Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. Luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, pale-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle-class after a while, a bit bourgeois. So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle? What? No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that. The bending light appears to wink. You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do. I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money. It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here's 3 real. How much can you get for this? Gets me almost nothing. That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound? These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water. Okay. Let's present an investment plan that is sure to fail. Damn it. Congratulations, you've somehow managed to fail at failing, which means in a strange way you've succeeded. You should invest in a youth center. A youth center, huh? What kind of youth center? A place to teach them practical skills like teamwork and self-discipline. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear. One dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth families. Brilliant! Without children, who will be there to buy stuff in the future? Yes, and if it doesn't work out, we can always repurpose the center as a shopping mall or private equity firm. Life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? What's the expected return on this? Highly educated, work-ready human capital, ready to be directed toward any number of your vast interests. You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now. Good luck. Very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities. I know. I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules? Oh! Here's a round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground. Broughton, now's your chance to take some time off. Spend it with your good buddy and get absolutely wrecked in the process. Sorry, man, I'm an investor now. I have to stay sober to calculate risks. What is this shit? Calculating risks, Broughton. The risks you can't calculate are the only ones worth taking. I'm sorry, I just don't see the ROI in that. The lieutenant looks at you with horror, even mumbling to your necktie in daze for several minutes. Ah, yes, now you're displaying it. The eccentricity that becomes a wealthy individual. If the money saint's visage weren't wrapped in physics-defined light, you would see his approval. Thank you for placing your unwavering trust in me. Remember, it's not a handout, it's an investment, and I expect to see returns. Lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly, then closes again. What do you think, Kim? Not bad, huh? I'm not unimpressed. Let's leave it at that. We should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time. Pleasure was mine. Unfortunately, I must be away soon. Next time we meet, I'll be expecting an update on my investment. Farewell, friend, and may your peace of mind guide you to happiness. Alright, I finished Advanced Race Theory. Great. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery is cleared up. All that's left to do is to verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights. +1 conceptualization. Pretty good. There's a lot of thoughts in this game. But we got money, baby. Oh, that weird money thing was his money, like, just overflowing into mine. Alright, but we got 130 bucks. It's beautiful. All because I talked my way into that place. Alright, let's bump up rhetoric. Because rhetoric got me 103 bucks. So, seems so far to be my best skill. Radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Punch clock. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change. Okay. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Aha! Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005, that's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952, and a moment of hesitation before entering the final numbers, 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then, a crackle. Someone picks up. They say, Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We run 8 and 10 millimeter film for home use. This is Lemmy. How may I help you? What is this place? Video Revachol's 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10 millimeter film for home use. This is Lemmy. You know me? No. No, I meant, what is this place to me? Sorry, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here. Why did I call you? Maybe you called to extend your rental period. Do you need to extend your rental period? My name is Harry Dubois. Do you have anything on my name? Let me fire up the machine. Keys are being pressed in the background. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Oof, not a fun film, that one. What kind of film is that? It's not an easy watch, he reads. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Zemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. I wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it'd be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main. On the corner of Voyager and Main, a large neon sign hangs on the side of a building. Video Revachol, 24 hours. It's raining, and there's almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the door. Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed, with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up, and the air seems to grow darker. Suddenly, you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over. What was all shit? It. Kim, I feel sad about Video Revachol 24 hours. That's enough for you today. Lieutenant says quietly, let's conclude this call. We're done. Okay. Standard office file cabinet. The drawer seems to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this. Let's see what's in it, he thinks. Open the drawer. Drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Browse through the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Mundi, Grad, and even Ilmara, and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Quran, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Force yourself. Yeah, we're doing good today. It's a good video. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. Look at the note. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled. Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everart. He inspects the notes. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. Special borscht seems a bit odd in the list. Borscht. Take another look at the note. Okay. Well, that was not as cool of a success as I hoped for. Scarf for Le Jardin. Magnesium. Ooh, neat office shades. +1 visual calculus, -1 drama. I think I will wear those. I have +1 logic, -1 authority. I do like logic. That would bump me down to 7 logic, but 5 visual calculus. Alright, I guess we'll balance it out a little bit. This is a Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker equals member of the board is written at the top of the flyers. Below the flyers, the union logo and demand democracy. Alright, since I went through the trouble of doing the whole race theory.
Race pupil returns.
Let's talk about it. I think I know what the race enigma is. And paradoxically, you plan to supersede the Occidentals with their own race theory. Look, babe, the minion of law is also a racist, but his racism is basic and rote. He thinks he has solved the great race enigma by describing a rote mechanism of scientific competition. So unadvanced. The woman looks half bored. The basic race education he received in high school has led him to think his phylum are the sole authors of race theory, an esoteric study reaching back to the ancient mass society of Paraconassus over 4,500 years ago. He turns to you. You could have used this opportunity to overcome your narrow, Al Ghul ravaged identity. Instead of unlocking the race enigma, you attempted to add to it unsuccessfully. Take solace from the fact that these thoughts, he points to your head, will never entirely leave your brain. They will be with you on the day you die, the only germ of heroism in your body. Now go. I have beauty and truth to discuss with my woman. Damn, Jean, how are you so romantic? The woman swoons. Was there out of this for you with success? What were they trying to say there? Or is the rhetoric game Ray? I can't tell. Well, whatever. Everard told you to help us get the body down from the tree. So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. You're so noble, Measurehead. There's a but. But, while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. He turns to Kim. Both of you. Lieutenant, what if we don't want to do that? This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves. I can live with the compromise. Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup. I'm turning into like the ultimate warrior. Okay. Well, this is what my concern was. He's gonna fuck with the crime scene somehow, but alright, we don't have a choice. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. But why can't she just stay here? The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves. She turns to you. You guys are like cops or something? Yeah, we're the law around here. Cool. I like men with guns and power. The woman twirls her hair. I'm Katya, by the way. You hear that? Lieutenant looks toward the yard. That sound. He's breaking something. Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. Wish I could see it. I also wish I could see it. Look at you, RCM rent-a-cops. Loud voice booms in from below. Guarding that bridge like Everard's lapdogs. Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale? And who are you? Lieutenant fires back. What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you? None of your business. Man turns to look behind him. The behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. This fucking guy. Oh, God. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes off his hand. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with race victory today. There's been no side choosing. We did what we had to keep order. He nods slowly. And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see. And now I knock him out. Alright, I'm gonna save Scum. I mean, it's not really Scum. I want to see. I want to see what happens. Most likely what happens if I fail to knock him out. But also potentially if I just do.
Promising race pupil.
Shut up!
Return.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my god. I think he's supposed to be like grabbing me, but it broke. So it just looks like I punched him and like broke my arm. And now it's froze. And it's never coming out of this. Me punching him hurt so badly it broke the game. The fuck? Oh god, I'm gonna have to like Alt F4 now. Man was not meant to punch this entity. Yeah, I have to Alt F4. I can't do anything. That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, I guess we'll never really know how that goes down. Okay. Let's go check out our body. What an ordeal. I mean, we found out about that body in the first episode, right? And now we're on what, like 15 or something? Phew. What an ordeal. Oh, what has Kuno got to say about the mountain man?
You missed a good show before. A gift came by, completely fucked a tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno.
If you want to shut it down, you need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words. It's also superficial. The race mystery runs deeper than you could ever understand. Okay, it says use Kuno words, so total retards use languages like that. Congratulations, Kuno. You just made yourself a retard. Stop choking, Kuno. Fagari's got you in a chokehold. Kuno's not fucking choking. He grabs his throat like he's choking. Choked you up there. Serves you right for using reactionary shit. Like, fuck you did. Let's go of his throat. Kuno's gonna keep saying kip forever now. Kip, kip, kip. He only gets 2 kips out before he coughs. Shit. Stops. Fucked you on anyway. You got your fuck bag down. Let's talk normal shit. You want to have normal conversation, huh? Yes, yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Even sounds a little plaintive now. That's normal shit, please. I took care of the drug situation. Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. He rubs his hands together. Here's how we do it. First you give Kuno's kilo, then Kuno gives you half back. That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way. Aren't you gonna ask how I got past your dad? Word on the street is you sent your little friend in dressed as a hooker. Distraction style. That's some sick shit. He nods approvingly to Kim. Not a single muscle moves on the man's face. Kuno wants to hear all about it, but first we split the kilo. He leans in. Then we shoot the shit. By kilo you mean gram, right? Kuno knows what Kuno means. Kuno means gram. Keeping it. You don't need more drugs, you're 12. Alright. Taps the side of his head. Kuno knew you'd try that sneaky pig shit on him. Tell him, Kuno. Kuno's got brains. Shit doesn't surprise Kuno. Squinch at you. So Kuno's gonna give you one more chance. Know this, pig. Shit is major. Major fucking choice, pig. Kuno won't take this shit lightly. Pieces are moving, pig. This is fucking domino shit. It's hard to see how not giving the boy a bag of amphetamine would cause some catastrophic cascade response. Hard to see, but easy to feel. Somehow this will change things. Not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kid, Lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly. What, if any, is the downside of not giving the drugs to Kuno? None that you can see. No, you can see it. This young man has junior officer material in him, in another life where he trusts you. Tick, 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 tick. The boy flicks an imaginary domino piece with his index finger. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the Kuno? Just staying with me. Alright, alright. Throws his hands up in the air. You fucked the Kuno. Everybody, Kuno got fucked by his pocket pig. Just when we getting our business on. The pig throws it all away. Told you can't be trusted. I told you. Little rat repeats it 6 or 7 times. I told you he'd steal the shit. Relax, see, we got plenty of kilo. Kilo underground, in the tree. This ain't about that. He turns to you. This is about you and Kuno. You mismanaged the shit. Now everything is fucked between us. How you gonna make this up to the Kuno, huh? There's genuine disappointment below the act, sire. In truth, Kuno doesn't really believe there's anything you can do to make up for this. The damage is irreparable. I looked around in there. It's not the easy life you've got going on in that apartment. Fuck you know about Kuno's life. Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, we got plans. 6 meters underground, below piping from before the war, the collapsed remains of the Martinez storm drain system. There are 2 stolen flashlights with piles of batteries next to them, beside 2 bedrolls. In the dark, an opening into the lower tunnels. Kuno, I met your dad. Yeah, how the fuck you still alive, pig? Kim dressed up as a hooker. Kuno, your dad is a half-dead alcoholic. He was sleeping under some clothes. What? His eyes become large and round. Fuck right, Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Snaps back. Kuno told you. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. Fucking breaking and entering shit. That's nothing to Kuno's dad. You got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Points to himself. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you have a way in. Narrow window. Kuno window. Kuno window. Stop acting tough, kid. You don't have to be scared of him anymore. Kuno's not fucking trying to be tough. He pushes on bravely. This shit is real. Kuno's fucking violent dad's gonna be a vegetable. Kuno knows that shit. Stroke shit. Stomach fucked up. Kuno's gonna go out like that too. Gonna be just like Kuno's violent dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed. Go out West Revachol style. Stop saying all this sad shit, Kuno. Whisper comes smaller than usual. There's a touch of grief in there. Fuck you talking sad. Kid breathes in and out like a boxer. Kuno's got hard shit. Punches the air. Death shit. Nothing shit. You don't have to turn into that. Punches the air again. Get your fucking nun ass out of here. Kuno fucks it dead. Another punch. You think because you took Kuno's speed, Kuno's gonna sob? Like a fag. Turn into. Pants from exhaustion. Kuno ain't turn into shit. Kuno is that shit. Kuno won. You won, Kuno. Relief is palpable. Little hat jumps up and down behind the fence. There were tons of unpaid utility bills there. Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. You can guess. No place to live in. You have to find somewhere else. Right, it's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground. Le Royaume shit. Ancient shit. Kuno's gonna live in a fucking catacomb. Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno. Little one seems overjoyed at the prospect. I did right not to give you the drugs. Let's conclude this. That didn't change shit, pig. That only made things worse. Fucking social worker shit. Doesn't work, pig. Doesn't work, Kuno. Only our shit works. She must repeat it. Use every chance to confirm that version of reality. Kuno, I found your shack. Yeah, did you fuck in there? What was with the pig head? Well, that. He picks a bit of dirt from his fingernail. Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape. Demo tape? Like some kind of musician? Yeah, Kuno plays on snuff radio. Fucks pigs. Live. Fucks their heads off. He ominously points to the shack. Kuno's a cop killer. Found a plate covered with powder residue. Know anything about it? That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno's Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig. Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your eyes. What's with the tube of magnesolum, Kuno? It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything? It looks at you like you just pointed at the sun and asked what it was. You could use some. It's magnesium, right? Yeah, it's the Mangg. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day. Rips Mangg like a motherfucker. And you could use a barrel. Don't teach him, Kuno. He's going to use it against you, Kuno. Come on, it's just magnesium. Don't mystify it. Looks at you, eyes bulging. You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo. Fuck you, pig. Don't do Mangg. You're going to OD and you're going to fucking die. I've had enough of this. Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom. Alright. Enough of that. Here's the body. The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side. Well, it's down. Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Lieutenant nods approvingly. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. A field autopsy? Yes, he covers his nose and lists. 1. Investigation of the crime scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We're on number 3. The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual. Fuck are they on about? Cop's gonna cut his shit up. Don't we have someone else for this? It's a doctor? No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from autopsy to cleanup to social work. Everything. Wait, honorary rank of detective? An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able, usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective. Yes, I feel like a detective. You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now, Lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. Tell me something, dead man. Shoot, Looney Rooney. Alright, I asked everything. Okay. What exactly is a field autopsy? Come on, officer. He pulls on a pair of latex gloves. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single at Puy du Sang to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. Why don't you know? What use are you? You must have me confused with the Copopedia. Who's the Copopedia? I think I need to talk to him. You, sir. You are the Copopedia. You have another pair of gloves? Unfortunately, no. I have gardening gloves. Maybe they are enough. They're better than nothing. Lieutenant looks at the gloves. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you take notes. We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger. That's right. He nods. Yeah, we got this. We're smart. Open your ledger at the field autopsy form. The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11 field info form needs filling out first. It begins with... Begin. 1. Assistant. That's you. Harry Dubois. The corpse is indifferent to your scribbling, just lies there. The next box says 2, coroner's case number. KK 5708030815. KK Kim Kitsuragi, 57 Precinct 57, followed by his date and time of arrival on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you. That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials. Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived at the scene before you. And what would that make the alphanumeric? HDB 410803. How about you out with the time of day, anyone? 11:11. It's meaningful. 10:15. It's understated. Yeah, 11:11's a little weird. 10:15. Good, let's go with that. Lieutenant is quite surprised he managed to come up with an adequate case number. 3 name, NA. Next, date of birth, NA. Age, The man corrects his glasses. Roughly 50. Try 40. Damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side. I'm gonna write 42. He nods. Race, Mondial. Fair to olive skin from the Isla of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. Write it down. The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other. Sex. Fucky fucky, little monster exclaims energetically. Male. Pig's gonna have sex? Right fucky fucky. Oh, right, pig's gonna have sex. Male. Nor does he look male with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face. Date of death. We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? He looks over your shoulder. 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. Motionless. Cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains. Evidence of treatment. None. At least not after the initial examination. What exactly is treatment, anyway? Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. Not so sure. Silent nod. Lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest as if in preparation. We should start the post-mortem. Turn the page. The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why. External examination. Summary. Clothes. He begins. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Barbudine, I think. Let's see. Barbudine. He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. See, it's happening! Barbudine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white. Disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid. Write it down. Boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They're fused to a skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. Write it down. Boots has a serial number. He twists the dead man's foot. Blah, blah, blah. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. Number is purposely concealed by design. Tattoos. He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a microelectronic circuit board. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings to be added to the case files document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There's a buckle on the other end. Write it down. He produces a measuring tape. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. He kneels in to get a better look. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short. Touch the corpse's hair before moving on. His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person after a swim. Stroke his hair gently. Stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand like thread off a ragdoll's head. Keep petting him. More hair sticks to your hand. Hair off the rain-soaked head of a dead man. There are bumps and dips on the skull. An alien landscape. There, dead man. You were someone's child. It's all over now. Ooh, I don't know if I want to actually say anything. It's weird enough I was petting him. Write it down. Lividity is consistent with hanging. Head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity. Fucking low velocity, chink chonk. Kid explodes. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. talking shit about Kuno's velocity. Lieutenant pays no heed. In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Write down what I meant for a high velocity. Write down. Ligature mark. Lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. Stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut. The steel wiring, he concedes, breathless. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark. Good thing we got these chain cutters. Always good to think ahead. Now, he points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck. We need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can. See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off. No, he ain't. C looks blasé. Your pig's a boring fuck. Look for a good spot to cut. Belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. Not your pig, Kuno. You are, he says with calm certainty. You're Kuno's pig. Oh no, that hurt it. Fuck. You jam the cutters right under the knot. It seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then cut some. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that Fagari. Corpse fucking time. Told you my pig was hardcore. He steps in and takes the chain cutters from you. I should have a go before. I think I have a strategy. Let him work. Sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut in the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck, and the dark red ligature mark around it. Here, he hands you the chain cutters back, and then kneels closer to the body, running his finger along the dark red groove, until he comes to a gap. The rope rises to a point, he says, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact. He presses down on it. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia. He pulls down the man's underpants. Now it's gonna happen, see? I fucking knew it! This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. Lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible. Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury. Inspect. The dead man's penis is average size, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch. Yummy. Write it down and move on. Back is symmetrical and intact. He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Upper and lower extremities are intact but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. Her wound sustained over 2, maybe more decades. Dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty. This scarring is extensive, way more than the law officials. He nods. We have a real museum here. Battles, wars. Last item, hands. He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Pick up the hand. His flesh is cold, icy. Pleased to meet you. Where are you from and what's your name? My name is... I'm only fucking with you. I know where you're from. From Cappadocia. Your name is Il Cabo. What can I do for you, Il Cabo di Cappadocia? It's good to hold your hand. Did you like when I stroked your hair? I did, Cabo. I did. Reminded me of when I was just a small boy. Before this happened to my face and my body. You did me a kindness there. We should do this more often. Be close like this, I mean. Hands are clean, Lieutenant concludes. Dead man's fingers slip from your hand, cold and sausage-like. No sign of injury from struggling. Were we expecting any? I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. He turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. That's all for the external. Well done. What's next? Internal examination. Summary. Central nervous system, he says, and then concludes abruptly. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system? Of course, there's a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story. If I may add the moral of this story. What would that be? He looks at you inquisitively. The dead man looks too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story. The brain is very vulnerable to compromise in its blood supply. Lieutenant grins. I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. All right, N.A. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. He gets close to the mouth hole, eyes squinting from the stench. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see. With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips. Black and viscous. Yeah, jack that fucker off! The hyoid bone is fractured, he says after a while. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact, unremarkable. Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. Respiratory system. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth. Look inside the dead man's mouth. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there, sickly sweet air unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in the mouth of his. Look deeper inside. Hard. Once more you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. Contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow just to keep looking. Inside you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness. There are ancient mysteries down there, Cabo. Ask me later. Lieutenant lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Hemorrhaging present in mucus, he repeats impatiently. Write it down. He wipes his brow. Hepatobiliary, N.A. Why, don't we have anything? He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts. Am I an expert in those things? Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one. I don't think so. Neither am I. And that's it? That's it. Same for toxicology and serology. Both? Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there. Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits? The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do. Like a toxicology screening? He looks at the monster. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request. Add toxicology requested. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood is gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging. Gastrointestinal. He breathes a sigh of reproaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there. This will do. Then he touches the corpse, bloated lower abdomen briefly, and says, digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila. Write it down. Omit the voila. What's next on the list? Description of injuries. Summary. Let's see. He tilts his head. We have bite marks, contusions on head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. We have a 4th one, too. What about the injuries we have afflicted? Oh, looks incredulous. So we inflicted them? This is a team effort. You mean the spin-stabilized munition from a Kygel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung? Or the incision on the thorax from a chain cutter? Neither was a team effort, and I wouldn't mention them. Muddies the water. Isn't that sloppy? Be pedantic if you like. It doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder, and if they do, such details would only confuse them. See, these pigs are fucking corrupt. The boy nods approvingly. Why don't you fuck them if you love them so much? Now, injuries. Bite marks. He nods. Head, chest, and scalp, bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist needs not to be consulted. And your opinion, officer? You need the description. There are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Fatal injury, non-fatal, post-mortem. Non-fatal, post-mortem. Agreed. Next injury? Contusions. So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. A perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem. At maximum velocity, fucko! Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity. Write it down. Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath the description of injury, 2 boxes. Non-fatal, post-mortem. Right. Next, ligature mark. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck. Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side, awaiting your judgment. The ring is around his neck is visible. Fatal injury. That's it. He cracks an uneasy smile. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned, but it's the start. Produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket. A body bag. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over. How did it go? Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We shall also request a toxicology screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we're lucky. I would not hold my breath. What else? We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. What now? I need a copy of that autopsy form, then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing. He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again. He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something. 3% chance. I need that double 6. No. Run your hands over the victim's cold body. His limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough. Look under his fingernails like Kim already did. His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There's dirt under them, that's all. You think we missed something? Can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you. I've got a gut feeling there's more to this corpse. Okay, well, we're in livor mortis here. He's disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast. Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body? Hey, a wide smile appears on his face. Wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? He points towards the commercial area. Why, yes, there was. Now, detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Closes his notebook and cracks his neck. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we're looking for in the deceased will become harder to find. Whoa! Okay. Autopsy done, but we missed something, certainly. I don't think this man was just hung to death. Or hanged to death, whatever it is. I never remember until I have to look it up while writing a, a video. Hanged to death, probably. Anyways, we'll sort out getting his body frozen and all that good stuff next time. My name is Mangg. Gaming watching has been Disco Elysium. We'll see you fine folks in the next part.